Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. Hey dudes, B Junior here, coming to you live from the, well, not live, but recorded from the movie cave. I'm going to do a little carrying on of the ongoing Movie Collection 2011 videos. I'm going to round out the horror shelves today with horror shelf number 3. And mind you, I've got a few, or probably a couple more horror movies that I've acquired recently. They'll show up in updates in the near future, so no big whoop. I'm going to go through this final shelf here and show you what I got. So let's go right to it. Hope the lighting is good as usual. It looks like it's pretty good today. Starting off with these few selections here on the end, guys. I just went ahead and threw all my Roger Corman Cult Classics videos that I've gotten so far. Most of which are horror movies. Some are just action or exploitation films. But no big deal. I just went and put them all in there together because they have that unifying spine thing. I've been lucky enough to acquire, or be sent a good bunch of these from the Shout Factory, the people that are releasing these for reviewage on my channel. That you've seen the reviews probably over the last month or so if you've been tuning in. So I bought a couple of them here and there, but most of which have been sent by the Shout Factory. So just kind of going through them. This isn't a horror movie or anything, but it's a kind of an old, kind of cheesy action exploitation movie, Death Race 2000, and post-apocalyptic movies to back that one up, Death Sport and Battle Truck. Battle Truck I love. A couple of horror favorites here, the Evil and Twice Dead. I like the Evil better because it's more like a kind of a ghost house or a ghost story kind of movie. Twice Dead is kind of your mid-'80s, end of the era slasher. Not really a slasher, but kind of a ghost story movie too, so take it or leave it on that one. Here's a horror classic. Kind of a monster movie feel to it. Humanoids from the Deep. Can't get any better than that, man. That is like true Roger Corman production right there. Humanoids from the Deep comes with a ton of special features on it. Really enjoyed this one. I can highly recommend picking this one up. It's got, I believe, the full uncut version of the film too. Exploitation films, Jackson County Jail, Caged Heat. Piranha by Joe Dante with a little flashy lenticular cover on it. Look at him eating her foot. Yeah. Tons of special features on this one too, guys. Be sure to pick it up with the slipcover if you can, just because if you're nerdy like me, you'll pick it up. It's got cool reversible cover art on the inside there. Here, I'll show you. Yeah. And I don't know, just one of the best. And the Roger Corman line. Of course, you got the Slumber Party Massacre triple feature. I'm a fan of at least the first two. Not so much part 3, but it's nice to have them all nice and neat in one little triple pack. And they look and sound great. Star Crash, a little sci-fi movie. Kind of a takeoff on Star Wars. We're not going to talk much about that because it's not horror. The Terror Within and Dead Space. A couple of really ultra low budget Roger Corman flicks. Kind of the Alien clone type movies. This is a couple that I enjoyed for sure. Cheese Factor, Up from the Depths, and Demon of Paradise. And you can tell by the poster art they're basically trying to cash in on either The Creature from the Black Lagoon and or Jaws. So you can kind of draw your own conclusions on those. Check out my reviews on them though. I think I'd reviewed both of those recently. And into the Psycho films. My Psycho original is actually a Region 2 disc that I bought online. It is a thin pack, of course, because I believe this came from a Region 2 box set. But the price was right, the quality's great, sound quality's great, so shoot. I've got the Psycho triple pack, 2, 3, and 4. Psycho's, I like the sequels better than the original. I know it's kind of heresy to admit, but I like the original, don't get me wrong. It's just that I grew up during the time when these were being put out, and I just watched these more, so, sorry about that, but I dropped my camera. But anyway, they're good ones to have in the collection for sure. Sad to admit, the next little portion here are Argento films. These are the only Argento films I have so far. I'm working on that currently. I'm renting a lot from Netflix, kind of figuring out which Argento films I like the most and all that. This is a good starter pack if you're in the market to start an Argento collection. This is a steelbook that I got from a recent Borders book closure. Got it for real cheap. You get 5 films in there, 3 of which are probably pretty good films and 2 of which not so much. Of course, Phenomena and Tenebrae being probably the 2 best in there. Trauma's pretty good. It's like a 90s entry for Argento. Card Player is okay, maybe for a viewing. Do you like Hitchcock? I'm not going to hate on it too much, but mainly you have to remember that one was a TV movie that he made, and it's not going to be like Tenebrae or anything like that for sure. So, but anyway, it's a good set, like I was saying. If you can get it for dirt cheap, and especially because it's in steelbook, and I'll open it up here. It's just a good way to start an Argento collection if you want to start one. So, I don't know. I love Tenebrae. I just watched that one the other day. I love the music score in that movie. It's awesome. The only other Argento film that I have on my store-bought DVDs is Suspiria, the 2-disc special edition. Got this one from the same Borders book closure sale that I hit the other day. Highly recommend picking up at least the two disc of this. I'm unsure if it's out on Blu-ray yet. I don't think it is, but I don't know. It's a little light in the special features, I thought, for no more than what it is. But the picture and sound quality on this Blue Underground release is pretty sweet. It's THX certified and remastered, so it's pretty cool. But I do have a few other Argento films on -R copies that people have loaned to me, and I've watched, and I've been getting some from Netflix. So over time, I'll probably add a few more Argento films to the collection. I'm getting to where I'm revisiting a lot more of them. So getting into some Cronenberg horror films. Shivers. This is a Region 2 disc. Highly recommend picking this one up. I did an unboxing on this a while back, and I can honestly say I've watched it many times since. It is a widescreen copy of the film, and it has a video introduction by David Cronenberg himself, production notes. The sound is still a mono track, but it's cleaned up a little bit, I thought, from VHS copies that we've listened to over the years or watched over the years. So I don't know. I really enjoyed Shivers. It's one of my faves of his. Rabid, another one. This is a special edition, Region 1, of course. There's the special features on it. It's got a commentary, interview with David Cronenberg. Just one of those good old classics from Cronenberg I really enjoy. The Brood, sad to report we don't have a special edition on this one yet. However, I'm sniffing around. They got the theatrical trailer. We need a special edition, guys. Come on, Blue Underground, somebody pick it up. Scanners, this is the Region 1, bare bone edition with the trailer. That's about all they got on that one. I've had this one. This is one of my first DVDs I ever bought. Probably in the first 5 that I ever bought. So I've had this for, I know, over 10 years. It's been a long time. So it's still in good shape, though. I've kept it. Highly recommend picking that up on Region 2, if not anything for just the original. They have a Region 2 box set that I'll show you later. And as we're going through, let me explain, too, that if you don't see it in the collection here, never fear. I've probably got a good number of horror favorites in the Blu-ray HD DVD collection and/or Laserdisc, and even some more box sets I'm going to show you later in later videos of the movie collection videos. So never fear. Videodrome, the Region 1, kind of the bare bone Universal release, except none other than the Blu-ray Criterion on that one. I'm not usually a big pusher of Criterion, mainly because of price. I'm an El Cheapo, but that one's worth every nickel. If you can find a good deal on it, find the Criterion Blu-ray. And/or the 2-disc special edition DVD. That'll work too, because it's the same stuff. The Dead Zone, a Stephen King based movie, but it's directed by Cronenberg. Kind of a light beer version, light beer direction of Cronenberg, because he kept this one kind of basically gore free. But it's still a good movie. I really enjoy that one. Existence, I don't know why this one's up here. It should be in my sci-fi collection, but it is a Cronenberg, kind of a newer Cronenberg film. I think I got this on a Hollywood Video closeout sale for like $1. But it's an okay film. I'm getting used to it. I've only watched it, I think, one time. So I need to revisit that one. Anyway, I just threw it in there with the Cronenberg films. Bob Clark. Let's talk about Bobby Clark. May he rest in peace. Bob Clark, in my opinion, is one of those guys I can honestly say without any shadow of a doubt he was a master filmmaker. The man could make anything, from horror to comedy to family movies, anything. And he did it basically well. I mean, unlike the Romero films I told you in my last movie collection video, I either have to watch Romero zombie films or Romero non-zombie films. I can't mix the two together for some reason. Whenever I go on a Romero-thon, whenever I go on a Bob Clark-a-thon, though, I can watch any of his films together. I'm weird that way. I can watch Christmas Story and then watch Death Dream and be happy. I don't know why. It's just I can watch Porky's, and then Black Christmas. It doesn't matter. So I'm strange, I know. Anyway, Children Shouldn't Play with Dead Things. Got this one for $4 at a local used store. Pick up this edition. They did a pretty good job on it. It's going to look kind of trashy and everything because I'm guessing it may have been filmed on 16 millimeter, and it's just one of those where you're not going to have a real great transfer on either way you go about it. Got great special features on that one, I thought. It does have it sports here, all new film transfer. Just keep in mind it's going to look rough either way you go about it. It's Bob Clark's zombie entry from the, I believe, early to mid 70s before he did Death Dream. I always enjoyed that one. That's a Camps Divided movie. Some people say it's goofy and all that, but it is rightfully so because Bob Clark had just that knack for humor that kind of is in tune with mine, that deadpan kind of humor. I always enjoyed Children Shouldn't Play with Dead Things. It's a good little zombie romp. Death Dream, kind of a slasher, kind of a mix of slasher-esque kind of elements with a zombie movie. This version of Death Dream, this Blue Underground disc, is really great. I enjoyed it. It's got great special features on it. I believe it's even got a commentary with Bob Clark on there. Yeah, there it is. So you won't be sorry. I'd pick up the Blue Underground of this one. The Immortal Classic, of course, setting pretty much the standard that would come later. Black Christmas for slasher films, that is. Sad to report, and I hate to even bring this up, but I'm trying to be thorough here. The Black Christmas Blu-ray, don't bother with it. Wait for somebody else to re-release it. These folks did an okay job with the DVD. Looks exactly like the Blu-ray in my opinion. I hate to even say that, but it does. I recently got the Blu-ray and I don't know. I was a little disappointed in the sound and the picture quality on it. So if you're in the market to get Black Christmas, I would stick with this special edition though, and just hook the DVD on your line for cheap. Of course, Madman, rest of these are basically just kind of standalone slashers and Region 2 stuff. Madman, 30th Anniversary Edition. I've talked enough about that one. They got the colorization shenanigans with that one, and of course the original Madman Anchor Bay release. It is widescreen, but it's non-anamorphic. Don't Go in the Woods Alone. Don't Go in the Woods Alone widescreen with the double feature of The Forest. The Mutilator, filmed on location in North Carolina, Atlantic Beach. Blood Diner, kind of an 80s cheese ball fest there. Hard cheese. And Slaughter High, another one in that good and that bad way in my opinion. Here's a classic, My Bloody Valentine Original Special Edition. If you're going to get it, try to get this one on Blu-ray. It just looks better, even though the cut back end scenes look a little rough. If anything, get the DVD, the special edition here. Don't get the bare bones one. Definitely get this one so you can get all the gore put back in. The one, the only, the infamous The Intruder by Scott Spiegel and the unrated director's cut. This one I got recently on a used movie store run. It's basically a little slasher with the troupe of Evil Dead cadre of Sam and Ted Raimi, and Bruce Campbell shows up in a cameo role basically. And I don't know, it's got that reputation of its own. It's a good cult classic, and it's just one of those slashers that just keeps coming back. I mean, I have to watch this one every once in a while now, and it's just fun. Ted Raimi in that movie, his little character, I think he's the butcher or a stock boy in that movie. Just watch it whenever he's in his scenes alone. He's not in it that much, but his scenes where he's just goofing around, man, he's just hilarious to watch. Another 80s classic, Happy Birthday to Me. This is the Anchor Bay re-release with the correct soundtrack cut back in. Good. I thought the picture quality on that was pretty good. Hell Night with Linda Blair. Sleepaway Camp. I only have the original so far. I'm working on maybe getting some of the sequels in the near future. Let's see here. Maniac. The Prowler. One of my personal faves. The Burning. Gotta have The Burning. It's one of those standalone slashers that's kind of like there's always that controversy about The Burning and Madman being close. I mean, look at that. You got two shadow figures, on the covers there. They're close in nature mainly because they were being filmed almost simultaneously, but Madman found out that they had started before them on the Cropsey legend of the upstate New York kind of campfire legend. So they went and just kind of rewrote their script to reflect Madman Mars. And I'm glad they did so, because it makes them same but different, but at the same time, if you watch these two films, they're totally different. I mean, they're both slashers, and they both take place in the woods and everything, but they're just done in a different way. And I like them both. But, I don't know, I used to lean towards The Burning. Nowadays, I kind of bounce back and forth on which one I like better. There's always a controversy between those two on which one you like better, it seems. Here's a good one. The Hitcher, good suspense, thriller horror movie from the mid-'80s, about 86, I believe. I'm working on getting the Region 2 of this one, because from what I understand, the Region 2 is a special edition with behind the scenes and maybe a commentary. This bare bones Region 1 disc from years ago, it's a snapper case, and the transfer on this sucks. I mean, that's all I can say about it. Not to be too negative, but it just sucks. They need to do better than that. Prom Night 2. I have Prom Night 1 in a quad pack. I acquired it recently. That'll probably show up in a later update. But I like Prom Night 2. It's more of a slasher than anything, and it's just kind of got some oddball appearances by like Michael Ironside as the school principal, and I don't know. I really enjoyed it. It's probably not as good as many slashers, but I've always enjoyed that one. Silent Night, Deadly Night. Pick up this Anchor Bay release if you can. It's uncut and uncensored. I love how they did it just like the old. I love these sex, murder, gifts. Hordes of angry mothers couldn't keep it away, uncut and uncensored, the way it was meant to be seen. I love it. Let's see the guy here. Don't give him a rod. Stay away from Grandpa. Naughty! Gratuitous sex, unspeakable gore, and sadistic serial-killing Santa. Actually, this movie's quite tame compared to a lot of the stuff you see nowadays, but it's just a classic. Here's a couple of Wes Craven ones I haven't actually put with the Wes Craven films yet on the bottom, on the second shelf. Deadly Friend. Horrible cover art on this one, but the movie... it's just one that I watched growing up, and it's not the best Wes Craven film, but it's just got good cheese factor in it. I think Ann Ramsey's head gets hit by a basketball and it explodes or something in that one. I acquired this one recently in a Region 2 outing that I've had, or a Region 2 update. Deadly Blessing by Wes Craven. I actually enjoyed this one more than I thought I would. It takes a little while to get going. Don't expect much to happen in the first half, or excuse me, about the first act, about the first half hour, 30-35 minutes. So just, take that with a grain of salt. Watch it if you want to. It's a little harder to find. You might have to go to Region 2 to get it. This is Maniac Cop. Let's see what else we got here. Classic Pieces, Region 2. Enjoyed Pieces. Good slasher. Good hokey slasher from the 80s. Just got that addictive quality to it. House on Sorority Row, another standard 80s slasher. And to round it out, guys, for today, The Stuff. Let's see, are you eating it, or is it eating you? The B-Movie DVD collection. Sound quality, picture quality is great on this Region 2 disc. If you have the means, pick it up. Dudes, I've spoke way too long on the horror shelves today. I'll get back at you later. Take care, dudes. Be safe out there. Rock on.